Time for Cop the Lot with Bob Dyer. Brought to you each week by BP Australia Limited and Anthony Squires Proprietary Limited. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, join our contestants as they try to cop the lot and win hundreds of pounds worth of prizes with the one and only Bob Dyer.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And howdy, customers, howdy. Welcome, very, very big welcome to everyone who's tuned us in tonight. Well, customers, yes, we are broadcasting tonight for Anthony Squires. And customers, did you know that Anthony Squires suits inherit 100 years of West End tailoring tradition? 'Tis true, 'tis true. Yes, indeed, the suit with the international air, Anthony Squires. Let's carry on, because I just got a hunch we're going to get a lot of people to the top of the stairs in Cop the Lot tonight. Doll, would you introduce our first stair climber?
Yes, Bob. Mrs. Janet Pike.
Glad to have you, Janet.
Thanks, Bob.
What does Mr. Pike do, Janet?
Oh, he's a TPI pensioner.
Oh, is he really?
That's right.
Well, he's one of my mob. I got an awful lot of buddies in that outfit. Yes, indeed. Janet, all you have to do is get to the top step, and Dolly will tell you what you can win.
A 20-year guaranteed stainless Ranley Traymobile.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, Ranley-ware. We have a standby watching you who will try to get on the steps ahead of you. Who is it, Doll?
George Lamoni, Bob, a retired man.
Hello, George.
Hi, Bob.
Glad to have you, George. Now, your role here tonight, briefly, is to catch her in a wrong answer. But if you say she's wrong when she's right, you have to retire. Good luck to you, George. And, of course, if you survive her climb, you'll automatically go to the foot of the steps. Your first question, Janet, and we're going for the Ranley-ware Traymobile. Yes. What is a thrip, T-H-R-I-P? Is that a bird, an insect, or a fish?
An insect.
Right or wrong, George?
Right.
Quite right. You're on the first step. And here's your next question, Janet. What did the American bootlegger of the 1920s specialize in? Illicit liquor or robbing banks?
Illicit liquor.
Is that right or wrong?
Right.
Quite right, George. Yes, you're halfway up, Janet. My, you may be riding home. You may be riding home on a Ranley-ware Traymobile.
Will you push it, Bob?
I sure will. I'll get on the bottom layer for you and we'll get a taxi to push us.
Right.
Here we are, Janet. The third question is the pelican principally a water or a land bird?
A land bird.
Right or wrong, George?
Right.
Quite right. She's 3/4 of the way up for the Ranley-ware Traymobile. 20-year guaranteed stainless Ranley-ware. To get you to the top step with a chance to cop the lot and, of course, to win the Traymobile, did Gorgonzola cheese get its name from a town in Italy or Holland? Gorgonzola.
Holland.
She says Holland. Right or wrong, George?
Right.
George, she's wrong. It was Italy. She bluffed her way to the top step, George. Well, George, that's, Janet, you seem so confident of your answer that he just sort of went along with you. I got a hunch George was being gallant. He didn't want to say you were wrong. Anyway, it was in Italy, but we want George to have something very nice. Esquire sleeves links with matching tie bar fashioned by the House of Hawk. Thank you for coming, George. Well, now, Janet, you have won your 20-year guaranteed stainless Ranley-ware Traymobile.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Oh, it's really lovely. And now here, before you leave the stairs, let me tell you that we're going to try to cop the lot. You just didn't like those heights. Do you get dizzy up there?
No.
Don't you want to try to cop the lot?
I'd like to, yes.
All right. Well, now, if you can tell us what the secret sound is. You see, getting to the top step wins a big prize and gives you the privilege of trying to answer the secret sound. Have you heard the secret sound?
Not this time, no.
You haven't? Well, here's what you can win. A complete Anthony Squires wardrobe. Dinner suit, business suit, Bermuda jacket, and sports ensemble. Anthony Squires, a suit you'll be admired wearing in any city in the world. Not you, Janet, but Mr. Pike.
That's right.
And then you'll win a Pi 21-inch television receiver with a Pi picture control, a Bruce and Walsh Bond of Happiness diamond ring, vouchers for £100 worth of Sanatone dry cleaning by Tasman, a year's supply of shoes for the whole family, a dozen pairs of Saxon footrest and jumping jack shoes. Well, there you are. The value is £533. That's All right, now, Janet, take a deep breath, listen to the secret sound, and come up with the correct answer. If you do, you'll cop the lot. You want to hear it again?
Bucket.
Pardon?
Water dripping in a bucket.
What's already in the bucket, Janet?
Nothing. The water's
Oh,
dripping
the empty
in.
bucket.
Yes.
Oh, Janet, I can't pay that. A good
Can't you?
stab. You have your Rallyware Traymobile, and we're glad you came, Janet. Well, we'll have some more Cop the Lot in just a minute, but right now, let me introduce me old mate, me pal, me cobber, me cohort, Reg Goldsworthy.
There's special enjoyment in being well dressed. You feel people's eyes on you, know that they're approving of the way you look. Any man who wears Anthony Squire's clothes experiences this sensation dozens of times each day. Anthony Squire's fashion is world fashion at its best. Anthony Squire's fabrics have an elegance that only clever designing and exclusive looming can accomplish. And of course, the most wonderful thing of all about Anthony Squire's suits and sportswear is that they're meticulously hand-detailed by craftsmen who rank among the world's best. Where do you buy them?
Ah, yes, very, very true indeed. Customers, do you know that Anthony Squires is really a great international name in men's tailoring? We're very proud of that. Well, let's carry on with Cop the Lot. And, of course, we have a new climber as well as a standby because George got kind of defeated there on giving a wrong decision.
That's right, Bob. Our new climber is Miss Elsie Polly.
Hello, Elsie.
How do you do, Bob?
And a new climber, or rather standby.
William Griffin.
Hi, Bill.
How do you do?
What do you do, Bill?
I'm just a clerk, Bob.
Just a clerk? That's all right. Nothing wrong. Lots of clerks. I think there are more clerks than fishermen in Australia. I'm outnumbered, so therefore that's fine. You're Miss Polly, are you? You do a sort of a job, Elsie?
Yes, I'm a milliner.
A milliner? You make those pretty hats?
My word.
Well, why don't you wear them, huh?
Oh, well.
You could probably get them wholesale.
I do.
Yes. All right now, Elsie, you try to climb, and here's what you're climbing for.
A carton of assorted Rosella foods.
Oh, I might be tempted to take you home, you know, Elsie.
My.
Yeah, of course, Dolly would have to chaperone us, but if you've got that Rosella food, we just have a
Yes,
ball.
I'd have to have somebody to help me, wouldn't I?
Yes, because it's a huge carton of Rosella Foods. It's got everything under the sun because Rosella Foods, they make just nearly everything. Let's get cracking. Now, Bill, all you have to do is catch in the wrong answer and you'll take a place on the stairs. In order to prevent beriberi, would you include vitamin B or vitamin D in your diet? Beriberi. Vitamin B or vitamin D? To prevent
Vitamin B.
B. Is that right or wrong,
Right.
Bill? Quite right. Elsie, are the Channel Islands and the Bristol Channel or the English Channel? The Channel Islands.
In the Bristol Channel.
Bristol Channel. Is that right or wrong, Bill?
Wrong.
It is wrong. It's in the English Channel. You take our place on the first step, Bill. Too bad, Elsie. Elsie, because we got started climbing over there, we want you to take away something very nice from Cop the Lot. A Laconia colorful Mexicana blanket. Thank you for coming, Elsie. It was nice having you. And Bill, you are now on the first step. Doll, since Bill's on the first step, we have a new standby watching him for a wrong answer.
Mrs. Joan Olson, Bob.
Hello, Joan.
Good evening.
What does Mr. Olson do?
He's a baker.
A baker? Oh, you have fresh bread all the time, don't you?
My word.
Does he ever bake bread at home?
No.
No, he brings it home. But supposing the bakers are on strike, do you get bread cooked at home?
Oh, we've got some in the deep freeze, you see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I meant to ask you, bread, how long does it keep in a deep freeze, Joan?
Oh, indefinitely.
Indubitably, indefinitely.
Well, I mean to say, as long as I've had a deep freeze. I mean,
How long have you had a deep freeze?
About 2 years.
It lasts 2 years at least, customer. Anyway, does that relieve the strain on the baker? Because the sale is still there, and then you don't have people screaming in when they run out at the shops. It's a good thing to keep a little reserve supply and just not touch it. Is that right?
Oh, it's a good idea, yeah.
You see, I thought of it. I thought it would be a good idea. All right, Bill, on the first step, and don't forget we're climbing for a carton of assorted Rosella Foods. Your question, is Wellington in North or South Island, New Zealand? Wellington.
North Island.
Right or wrong, John?
Right.
Yes, he's so right. You're up halfway now there. Away we go, Bill.
I was born there.
Were you born there?
Yeah.
Well, how did you happen to know? Well, that's good. Wonderful, Joan. Joan, how long have you been away from Wellington?
Oh, about, I came here when I was 4.
When you And you've had to deep freeze 2 years.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. Never mind. Halfway up, Bill, for the Rosella Foods. The next question coming up. Is a cheroot a cigar or a member of an Indian tribe?
Cigars.
What do you say, John?
Right.
Well, so right. You have one more step to go to try to cop the lot. Which threads run lengthwise in a fabric? The warp or the weft? Run lengthwise in a fabric. Now, that lengthwise means with the way the bolt is running.
I would
the
say
long piece.
weft.
The weft runs lengthwise in
Yes.
the fabric. Right or wrong, Joan?
Right.
Joan, he's wrong. I thought you'd catch him on that one. He is wrong. You got your way up there, Bill. Joan, come over here. Dolly, have we something nice for Joan, huh?
Yes, we have, Bob. It's something I like to use. An IXL handy card.
Don't you like working in the garden, Joan?
Yes, but I have. Yes, I do.
You have what? You have.
Haven't time.
I thought you were going to say I have lumbago. But honey, with an IXL handy card, it makes it so easy, you know, wheeling the husband in when he's too, well, he wouldn't be like that, would he? Anyway, thank you for coming, Joan. It's IXL is made stronger to last longer. Bill, you already won your Rosella Foods, a big assorted carton. Here's your chance to win 533 pounds worth of wonderful prizes. Give us the answer to the secret sound, Bill. Isn't that a beauty? Want to hear it again, Bill? Want to hear it again?
No, I don't think it'll make any difference, Bob. I'd say it's opening a box of matches, picking a match, closing the box, striking
swallowing it.
striking it, and lighting it.
And then striking it, and the whole works.
Yes.
What did you light with?
Pipe.
Well, you would have. Well, if I were you, with all this Rosella food, I'd light the gas and get busy, because that's all you won. Never mind, Bill. Thank you for coming. Customers, before we carry on with Cop the Lot, here's another important reminder from Reg Goldsworthy.
When a man buys a suit, his mind is full of questions. Is the style right? Is the cloth good? Does the color suit me? But most fashion-conscious men now put their minds at rest by choosing Anthony Squires suits and sportswear. Anthony Squires, the suits so highly regarded at the international level that they were honored by Gold Medal Award at Milan Textiles Fair. When you wear an Anthony Squires suit, you take your rightful place among the best-dressed men in any community, Sydney or Perth, New York or London, and you discover a new kind of comfort, a new kind of satisfaction in your clothes. Anthony Squires' famous gold medal suits are now available at all the better men's stores.
You know, customers, men whose position keeps them in the public eye just naturally choose Anthony Squires. Doll, it looks as though we have a new climber and a new standby.
That's right, Bob. Nathan Rodman is our climber.
Howdy, Nathan.
Howdy, Bob.
What doeth thou, Nathan?
I work at BMC in the spare parts division.
One of my mob? Out amongst the Morris Miners and the Austin A60s?
That's about it.
Well, that's good enough for me. Welcome to you from BMC. Ah, it's good. Among the spare parts, huh?
That's about it.
Well, Nathan, that's fine. You at the foot of the stairs climbing for what, doll?
A Hanamax Argus 75 camera with a leather carrying case and a flash gun.
Oh, you can take pictures of the spare parts. They'll never get lost because you got them on the Ah, wonderful, Nathan. It's wonderful. You get perfect pictures every time with an Argus 75, and we have a new standby watching you for a wrong answer.
Mrs. Minette Freak.
Hello, Minette.
Hello, Bob.
First question. Nathan, the mineral gypsum is used in the manufacture of cement, plaster of Paris, or lime. Gypsum. Cement, plaster of Paris, or lime.
Plaster of Paris.
Right or wrong, Minette?
Right.
He is quite right. Up you go. Yes, this spare parts job, he knows all about that. Here's the next question. Is a tantalus a spider, a dance, or a locked case for wines and spirits? I'll read that again. A tantalus. Is that a spider, a dance, or a locked case for wines and spirits?
A tantalus?
Tantalus, yes. T-A-N-T-A-L-U-S.
It's a dance.
A dance. Is that right or wrong, Minette?
Well, I don't know. I'd say wrong.
Well, honey, you just have woman's intuition. He's wrong. It's a locked case for wines and spirits. You take his place on the second song. Well, Yeah. Nathan, you know something? A woman's intuition beat you there. A moment ago, other guys bluffed their way up, but not with a woman's intuition against you.
Never mind.
Nathan, you've won. I want you to take away something very nice, a lovely J. Farron Price clock, fashioned by Australia's only watch specialist. Thank you for coming to the show, Nathan. Give my regards to all the boys out at BMC. They're all mates of mine. Well, it looks as though Manette's on the first step with a news standby.
Bert Spratt, Bob.
Hello, Bert.
Hello, Bob.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here, Bob.
Well, that's fine. Bert, I see you, next serviceman.
Mhm.
Foot slugger?
No, Air Force.
Oh, that's fine. Were you a penguin or
No, I was a gunner.
a gunner?
Mm.
Oh, you were pretty vulnerable there, weren't you?
Oh, no.
All you had to do was sit there and keep shooting, huh?
Well, hope that they didn't shoot at you, really.
That's fine, Bert. All right, now you watch Manette on She's in the First Step and she's climbing for our Hanamex August 75 camera. Here's your first question, Manette. Is Virgo, V-I-R-G-O, the 6th or the 7th sign of the zodiac? 6th or the 7th?
7th, Bob.
7th. Right or wrong, Bert?
Bob, I wouldn't have any idea, so I'll agree with her.
You shouldn't do it. You should have a man's intuition like Manette had a moment ago, because she's wrong, you see, and she bluffs her way up. It was the 6th sign of the zodiac. Bert, we want you to take something nice away from the show. Now, wait a minute. We want you to take a lovely Lilo airbed. Oh, this is the most comfortable thing. You can fold it up, put it almost in your pocket or in your beach case, you see, and you blow it up and you have the most comfortable bed. It's good for the back lawn, too, lying in the sun. Thank you for coming, Bert. Good to have you. Well, Manette, you're halfway up. We have a new standby.
Mrs. Eva Thompson.
Hello, Eva.
Hello, Bob.
What does Mr. Thompson do?
He's an electrical foreman.
Electrical
Foreman. Yes.
How big a family have you, Eva?
I have a son and a daughter.
Oh, just one short circuit, huh?
That's it.
And the daughter. Fine. Here we go. Your question, Manette. Was the revolver invented about 1835 invented by Smith & Wesson or Samuel Colt?
Smith and Weston.
Smith & Wesson. Right or wrong, Eva?
Right, Bob.
Honey, she's wrong. It was dear old Sam Colt. Oh, they're up and down. She bluffed away. She may bluff her way to the top and come the lot here. Anyway, when you get there, it doesn't matter how you make it. Well, now, don't let Eva go away from that microphone without giving her a nice gift for coming to cop the lot for Anthony Squires.
A Duro Modern Miss utility case.
Well, that's for you.
Thanks,
you,
Bob.
Eva. Glad to have you. Minette, you have one step to go with a new standby coming up to the mic. Who is it, please, dog?
Bob, I'd like you to meet Adrian Rawlins, a poet.
Hi, Adrian.
Hi, Bob.
Adrian, this is the best time in the world to sort of publicize your product. Have you memorized any of the stuff you have wrote? Right? Is it rotten, Adrian?
No, it's not that bad.
No, I'm sure it isn't. Adrian, what kind of poetry do you write?
Oh, it varies, but mainly modern.
It varies from good to bad? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm a very bad critic. I'm only kidding. Adrian, have you published any works or just individual?
Only in Melbourne University paper.
Oh, well, what do they call that paper?
Farrago.
Yes, a very, very famous one. I know of it. Well, couldn't you give us a little short something, Adrian? I'm not trying to get at you, but I mean, well, something you like yourself. Please.
See if I can remember.
You'd like to hear it, wouldn't you, customers? Yes. All right, now, Adrian, you're on the spot.
Oh, you can say that
If you
again.
forget it.
Well, I'll try, Bob.
I'll fill in for you. I'll put in rude words for you. All right, now, this is serious. Now, Adrian, let's have a little sample of this.
Through the murk.
Through the what? I'm sure he said through the malt. This is the ode to the milk bar. I'm sorry, Adrian, I threw you there. Now, I apologize. Now, you come on, give us the ode through the murk. Oh, this is going to be good. Through the murk.
Through the murk of foggy morns, I come with icy breath. Amid the orange lights and horns of cars, I flit as cold as death. I forget the rest.
Blimey, that's enough, isn't it? Oh, cold fingers down there. What's the title of that one, Adrian?
I haven't got one.
He hasn't got a title, he hasn't got an ending.
Oh, there was a bit more to it, but I forget it.
You have it written down somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
I'll bet you've composed a lot of poetry lying in bed half asleep that you wish you could remember next morning, haven't you?
You can say that again. well, the few odd times that I've sort of switched on the light and written it down in the morning, it seems silly.
What are you doing, Adrian? You're just writing the poetry, are you?
Oh, no, I do other things as well. I do quite a lot of freelance journalism.
Our listeners can't see you is wearing a very chummy little curly goatee. What do you call that, Adrian? On your chin?
Exactly what you said, Bob, a
A
goatee.
little goatee. Now, you left an opening there. Yeah. Never mind, Adrian. If you put that one with mine, we'd be really in business.
Yes, we sure would.
Not a Van Dyke. What do they call it? Well, anyway, yours and mine together. Minette, are you still there?
I'm still here, Bob.
Minette, how did you
Enjoying myself, Bob.
Are you really?
Yes.
Well, I apologize for spending so much time on Adrian. He's rather an interesting character, isn't he?
My word, he is.
Yes. Do you like his poetry?
Yes, very much.
What there was of it?
Yes.
I'll see you after the show. Perhaps we'll publish this bit. Now, on we go, Minette, with one step to go to win a Hanomax August 75 camera. Away we go. Was the ignition of powder by percussion invented by an English clergyman or an American Mormon? I thought that was moron. Was the ignition of powder by percussion, was that invented by an English clergyman or an American Mormon? Now that sounds, but one did.
Oh, well, I don't know, Bob. I'll have a guess. I'll say the English clergyman.
The English clergyman, right or wrong?
I'll have a guess and say she's wrong.
Why would you do that, Adrian? Your midnight oil. You would doubt that that a woman's intuition. She got there through her intuition. You know that, don't you? Well, don't you follow a good thing? You know, when you stick to it. Well, I'm sorry, Adrian. She's right, Adrian. It was an English clergyman. Come here, Adrian. Oh dear. Now we have something for you, Adrian. I know you'll be glad you came, because no more will the flickering candle distort your thoughts. We are giving you a Kempthorne double bed reading lamp. Now, wait, Adrian. Now, do you have use for a double bed reading lamp?
Actually not, no.
Don't answer that too friendly. You are then a single man?
I am, yes.
Well, because if you weren't, you'd probably shave that off long ago by force.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I've been tempted.
I don't know.
I've had to whittle mine down by
Have you?
force.
Oh.
Yes, it used to be out here, you
Well,
know.
you see, I must be very lucky because I've got a girl who likes it.
We could write a poem about that, Adrian.
Or something.
Yeah, well, there's your Kempthorne double reader. Thank you. A lot of fun with him. He's a nice fellow, isn't he? Okay, you're on the top step, Minette. Minette, being on the top step and having listened to poetry from those heights, you may be a little bit heady, are you?
I am a strap.
You're on the top step, and you have won your Hanomax August 75 camera with a leather carrying case and the flash gun. And don't forget, it's perfect pictures every time with the August. Here's your chance to win an Anthony Squires wardrobe, a complete Anthony Squires wardrobe for someone I know near to you would just love for you to win this. And you'd win a Pi 21-inch television receiver.
Oh, that's what I'd like, Bob.
Would you really? Well, that's fine. It's one with the Pi picture control. And there's a Bruce and Walsh Bond of Happiness diamond ring. Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful.
And here's the practical one, two practical ones, vouchers for £100 worth of Sanatone dry cleaning by Tasman, and a year's supply of shoes for a whole family. Saxone, footrest, and jumping jacks. So the value is over £500. So let's listen to it and see what you come up with, Minette. Here it is. Did you hear that little curly bit in there?
Yes.
Now, Minette, I'm going to let you hear that again. Would you like to?
Yes.
Now, listen, everybody, because this is only for contestants on the show, so don't send in your answer, but you folks at home might get a kick out of trying to find out what this sound is. It's worth £533.09 to someone on the show who gives the correct answer, but let's all listen to it again. I tell you that this squeaky bit in the middle is very significant. Go ahead, please, Graham. Minette?
Well, Bob, it sounds to me, if it may be a gramophone and someone's forgot to turn it off and it's the needle running backs and forwards on the record.
Was this an electrical or a mechanical one? I mean, because if it goes on all night, it'll burn itself out.
Oh, well, it might be either. I don't know.
Gee, that doesn't sound at all like it to me, Minette. I can't see any similarity. I'm sorry, Minette. Never mind. Thank you for coming. Oh, that was a dirty trick. Minette?
had a lovely time, Bob, and I always want to meet you and Dolly. And
Well, isn't that nice? Thank you very much. Honey, here's a Hanamex August 75 camera. It has the carrying case of plastic. It's a wonderful hobby, and the Hanamex August, well...
Thank you very much, Bob. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you were going to say I was beautiful. Oh, no. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for coming. Well, now, customers, before we carry on, let me just remind you that we're adding another really wonderful prize to our Cop the Lot jackpot. Incidentally, next week the show will be sponsored by BP. Every other week it's either BP or Anthony Squires. Oh, they're wonderful people. But we're adding next week a fabulous Underwood Golden Touch portable typewriter. Hey, that's really nice to win. The Underwood Golden Touch portable typewriter, the world-famous Underwood. And that brings the prize list up to £577.19. And customers, next week, join us. But meanwhile, when you go in to buy those wonderful Anthony Squire suits, don't forget to tell them Bob sent you. And pay for them, will you? Yeah. Thanks again, customers, for joining us. Next week, we'll be back with you with more Cop the Lot for BP. Meanwhile, happy listening, customers!
Be listening at the same time next week for another grand show with Bob Dyer and Cop the Lot. Brought to you by Anthony Squires Proprietary Limited and BP Australia Limited.